Good morning, everybody. Stephanie Ani, artist here in Concord, California. And the behemoth is finished. I think she's truly done. There might be a couple white spots that I need to cover up. These beads I got from Joanne Fabrics. Very Baroque. You know, go and look at their clearance aisle and go look at, wait till there's a sale and pick some up. I think they're really cool elements. Again, I did the gold texture paste. I did the botanical tissues. All of these pages are online on how to create them, and if they are not, they will soon be. I need to do the second page of the drop, I need to do the cover page, and then I need to do the final elements page. So there's quite a few videos, a lot of footage to go through and try to condense into watchable moments for people. All right, page 1. Do not go gentle into that good night. This is my ode to Dylan Thomas. This book was a Dylan Thomas book of poetry. Let's see if I can get the girls on here any better. No, there are, of course, all these pages, like I said, online. But each page gives us a different view of the girls. And then on top of it, I had a couple different colors of printouts. One lighter, one darker. So I lined up the darkness with the light so that there is more contrast and more interest within the girls. Girls page. The fire page. As we know, this one was something completely different before it became this. I love what it turned into. This is a piece of echo printing that I did this weekend. I just took some StazOn, put a rivet through it, some remnants, a little fish, the number 14 for it's kind of our lucky number. And then this is sorry, there's a click on there. This is a little piece of wood, wooden dolly or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Got it at Joanne Fabrics on clearance for 99 cents. I sprayed it with some spray adhesive. I put some deco foil on it, and then I rubbed some Timber Brown over the top of it. This one is about peace and nature, knowledge, tree of life. And the feather, of course, signifying for me. Birds in flight, which is change. I did decide to put the windows on the birds. From the very beginning, that was a consideration, and I'm glad that I did finally go through and do it. You know, it makes it so that we are looking out the window first, and then we can open up the windows and you're in nature. And I love how they turned out. It's a double, I think this is the dual flap bird page, not sure. Need to touch up that little bit of white there. So this page did not have this element here on it yesterday. So I went through and I took a piece of cardboard, I covered it, and then I covered it again, and with some ephemera. I didn't want to see any ripples. And then I cut out the element. I'm sorry, I cut out the square to match the element, and then I put the element on by chain. Now, And then I embossed this with Septaptors, baked textures, and this was the patina. This was the patina. And it ended up matching perfectly. I'm very excited about the matching the way that it complements the page. The one thing that I'm not excited about is that I had watched a video online where a woman had said to use glycerin to put your embossing powder on, and I tried that. I bought some, and it's leaving an oily residue, and that's what I am really frustrated with right now. You know, I'm just gonna have to forget it. But it's kind of clouding up my beautiful piece of glass. Doesn't make me happy. This page I decided to leave blank. It really has a lot of beautiful subtle coloring in it. And you know, sometimes I thought about putting a words on there, a poem on there. I just didn't. All right, the gemstone drop page. Now, I think, yeah, sometimes less is more. I'm just gonna get rid of those. Maybe I should get rid of one of these too. When I would open that, you would see all that stuff behind it, and I think that the element itself is beautiful. I don't really want to clutter up that view with stuff. This is just another one of the metal pieces, or the wooden pieces. This one says memories, key to my heart, and nature, of course. Always got to have my little nods to nature, because that is me. I'm a little nature girl. And then this one actually has the moon, the lotus, and a key. Which, let's see. If I have that there, it's not so bad. I can handle those too. I just can't do the little ones. And these were just little wooden pieces that I got at Joann's. I think they're super cool. But it's too much. Just too much. Too much. Okay. So here are all my city folk. And I took a couple of them out already to show you. They're Tim Holtz paper dolls. And so every single stick is a different paper doll. And they kind of have to go in there, you know, somewhat carefully. But there's, you know, 20 some. 26, 28 maybe. But, you know, it's so that they can go into the city, right? All right, so that's the pocket page here. The rainbow trout, because of this right here. Reminds me of rainbow trout. Rainbow trout pocket page. That's what that one's called. And you will see that corresponding, like I said, that video is online. Full process. Okay. Oh, we're going to leave that one out. The city. Just do a quick flip through like this first. Okay. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. Yeah, you know, I probably went a little bit overboard with the city. But I love how it turned out. So, I am not... There we are on the full spread. Here. tuck this guy in here. I think it looks better like that. My favorite view. Of course, we can bring this guy in front. And this city, this little neighborhood here. This little neighborhood here. Of course, this guy tucks in somewhere. Tucks in here. And then we have the front page. So we have the docks, like most major cities. There's my city. This was a very extensive layout. Oh, but then how the people go to the city. So, yes, this little crazy girl. Yeah, she's nuts. You do know she's nuts. Here's her dad with her in the park. Oh, they're gonna meet Frank and Susan. And they're gonna take their little dog with them. Little dogs hanging out at the lake. So yes, I have many of these little people. People at work were like, what are you doing? Gluing people on sticks. What does it look like? I did it while I was sitting at my desk. I was working on something that was not, you know, it didn't take all my hands. And I'm gluing people on sticks. Of course, what do you think I'm doing? Okay, the O'Keeffe page. And again, I kind of have to prop you up a little bit for this page to show you it properly. You know, it's just a big fatty book now. Okay. All right. So these, each page, front and inside here, started out as a different painting. And I color-coded the paintings. So this was, well, actually this always was kind of a mixture of a couple different paintings. But then this was blue. Okay, so the one that was on this page, that was split up, was a blue. This one was a blue one. And these were blue one. So the reason why I did that was because I did want you to be able to open up all the pages and have a full layout. I also wanted to mimic the patterns of her paintings, the folds. So that's why these are all cut at different they're all cut differently because they all I followed the line of the paintings. And then there's of course Georgia here. I'd like to think that she would approve, because what I did was I took her colors and then I took more and more laser copies of her paintings and I cut them into strips, big strips, little strips, whatever was necessary. And then I started to really play with the juxtaposition of color and composition and made something that was already incredibly beautiful, yes, but also very Georgia. And what I did was I turned around and made it into something for myself. Something that was uniquely me. All right, and then this page and the last page. So this was one of the first pages I completed, and it had a very Piet Mondrian feel too, just because of that bright yellow, I think, and the bright primary colors. And then Georgia says, whether you succeed or not is irrelevant. There is no such thing. Making your unknown known is the important thing. So I love that saying. This one here says time. This is how I I actually did sew this on with copper wire onto this element, and then I was able to paint the element. It was very frustrating figuring out how to attach those properly. And then just a simple swirl wrap. And then this guy closes up here, closes up here, folds up here, says wander. Georgia loved to wander around the countryside. Her home in New Mexico. The O'Keeffe pages. The Tattered Heart pages. These took a substantial amount of time to do. And the poem reads, "Some days I wake up and think of all the men before me and the fools they were to ever let you slip through their fingers. They were such damn fools, you know. They were the type of people to watch the rain through the windows and say, 'Don't you just love the rain?' I, on the other hand, was the only one to watch it pour outside, take my shoes off, and anxiously and bravely go dance madly in you." That's by Christopher Poindexter. It's one of my favorite poems. So this is a piece of, as is this, a cedar plank that you get out of cigar boxes. It's very fragile stuff, so these are actually backed with fabric. And then I held that on with rivets. This is a piece of mica again, but I really wanted this one tattered. So I bended it, I bent it, I frayed it, I put some gold ink on the edges of it. I then went over with some timber ink. I just wanted it to look like a old busted window, honestly. And then on this page, last page, so I made the heart element out of 2-part epoxy sculpt. I sculpted the heart. I cut the heart in half. I smoothed all the edges. I then went through and took my X-Acto knife and made the beginnings of holes, which I later drilled all the way out. I then took deco foil. I tried to paint it. The paint didn't want to stick to this very well. You can see a little bit of the paint remnant back here. You can see the construction, how I wired it. I wanted a crisscross wiring. I put a little bit of a highlight, this copper wire. Deco foil, drilled it, wired it together. And then the saying says, "Look into my eyes and hear what I'm not saying, for my eyes speak louder than my voice ever will." And that's very true for me. I can't hide much behind my eyes, truly. I drilled it into the book itself here. I'm going to tuck that guy under there while I'm looking at it. There we go. Don't need any poking. And then I took the liquid pearls in this blue color and I edged everything. Gave it a little extra framing. With all the repairs that happened to the book, we have these random pieces. I could cut these pieces off. Here I did add, I like keys, can you tell? Hope, trust, love, dream is what that little dangle says. And then just underneath here, nothing special, nothing, hanging off. I feel like it's bulky and clunky enough already that to have something more on the bottom of it just would be too much. It's already understandably a little bit too much, so we're just gonna fix these guys. I made them so that they would be a little bit longer than the book, but that's ended up being kind of a pain in the behind. I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who has gone with this journey, gone on this journey with me. It has been an incredible learning process. I've really pushed myself as far as learning about different products and how to use them. I've tried to be as innovative as possible. I've tried to really push the boundaries of what an altered book can be. Those of you that watch my videos know that I took a paintbrush and went through and painted on every highlight that was needed. and every low light that was needed. You watched me struggle with figuring out how to make a unique drop page. You watched the destruction of numerous pages and the recreation of others. And I love how this one turned out. I'm very happy with the changes I made here with putting the windows on the birds. The fire page. This one was a complete failure that turned into an amazing page. Let's see. Into the city, the O'Keefe, and the Tattered Heart. Thank you so much again for your support, everybody. Greatly appreciated. Please, please, please subscribe. Please like and comment and share. All of those things actually do make a difference. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate your support. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. I really, truly do appreciate all of you. All right, so that's my book. It's all done. Okay, I'm late for work, late for getting ready for work. And as always, we'll chat soon. I don't know what I'm doing next. Oh wait, I'm doing Seth Apter's class on Monday, so that will be interesting. Can you imagine? I'm getting a whole day full of fun playtime. I am so looking forward to that. Okay. Stay safe, everybody. Stay happy. All right.